So one thing I know everybody has seen is Avengers Endgame. Unlike this movie, you didn't see that clearly. But hey, now we got a little bit more detail on why exactly the scene between Hawkeye and Black Widow on Vormir was altered to the version we got. And it's rather interesting, and they come at it from a very unique angle, I think, so let's talk about that. So I think there's many people that when they watched Avengers Endgame, certainly the ones that I've talked to, that they were 50-50 on how that scene played out, particularly with the death of Black Widow being the one that sacrifices herself and why they fight each other. Now, I will link it in the description down below. It is a rather lengthy read in case you guys want to check it out, but the directors of the film, Joe and Anthony Russo, open up on Black Widow versus Hawkeye and why they made the decision they did, and how they re-edited the scene to be them fighting and ultimately leading to Natasha sacrificing herself. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but a few quotes are, "We conceived of a way to choreograph it for maximum emotional value, where the lead in this race keeps switching hands in a way that you're not sure who actually is going to make it over the cliff. How do you stop Clint? Stop someone who's willing to die in the moment from shaking loose from your grasp." To us, it felt like the cathartic climax of the fight between two best friends. And that was just two little quotes. There's a whole lot in there in case you guys want to go into it. But what they confirm is that this scene was actually different. It was paced differently. It looked different. Pretty much every aspect of it was different. And when they had a cut of it, they didn't like it. They didn't like what it looked like. They didn't like how it felt. So they went back and they started working around with it. Now, of course, we've seen some concept art out there that was early that featured even Captain Marvel there possibly, and even other characters. So who knows how different it could have been at some stage. But the final cut was always supposed to be these two and them kind of letting the other one sacrifice themselves. But they figure that both of these characters are so noble, they wouldn't want the other one to go, since they respect each other and love each other as best friends. So when it came to it, they re-edited the scene, added in some new stuff, and shot it the way it was, where you see Natasha, that she cares so much that she wants him to go home to his family because she knows they're gonna win. So she lets herself drop, thus saving all of them. And honestly, I like the way it played out. As I've said, I said it on the podcast we did after the film. I was glad Hawkeye survived because I really like him, and I never connected with Natasha as a character in the MCU, so to me it was the right choice. But also because if you look down the road, they were clearly setting up that they were going to have, spin-offs and Young Avengers, and you definitely want Kate Bishop to be a part of this, so he's got to pass on that mantle. So overall, I think they made the right choice, but it's interesting to see how they came up with that and what it could have been, because there's always that what-if scenario, and I think had it just been one of them goes, yeah, you just jump off and I'll be good, that takes away a lot of emotional impact that the scene did eventually end up having.